guys, it's Krista from Covering the Bases and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a very different video. I guess it's kind of be like story time, but it is officially my 3-year anniversary in New York City. And I thought I would go through, how my adventure's been, what my thoughts, dislikes, likes. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I guess just a quick story time of me moving into the city and living here and having so much fun. I'm also eating Flaming Hot Cheetos. I've been filming all day. I just want to eat. So obviously this is a very different setup than normal. No makeup, hair's probably a mess. I'm wearing my jammies and we are in bed. Well, I'm always really in bed, but usually I'm right here and we're looking this way. But today, I thought I would show off these balloons and really jazz up the place. Woo! Okay, so let's just hop on into it. I don't really know where to begin. I guess begin before I moved here. I went to the University of Kentucky. Go Wildcats. Before then, I lived in Chicago. Before that, Dallas. And before that, I was born in California. So I was never really an East Coast kind of girl, and I was never really a big city girl. Like, we lived in Chicago and we lived in Dallas, but like we lived in the suburbs of them. So it wasn't really like I was ever truly downtown. The thought of New York City was just kind of like, like cool, but never. I know there's like people who like grow up and they're like, I want to move to New York City, I want to live in the city, I want to be like Sex in the City, I want to be like this show, all this stuff, like Gossip Girl. I was just never one of those people. I don't know why, just New York City just never really appealed to me. And I don't know, I just had like this negative thought in my head about it. So I was looking into jobs obviously after college, and well, while I was in college, University of Kentucky, and I was majoring in communications. Integrated strategic communications technically, but we'll just put it as communications because it's a mouthful. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I either wanted to work in like fashion or sports or something like that along those lines. And one of my friends was going down to the winter meetings, which was in Nashville that year, which is kind of like where all major league teams, managers, and scouts kind of come together and talk about the coming year and what they're gonna do and all that stuff. But there's also a really big job fair there. So he was going because he wanted to work in baseball, and he was like, come with me. And so, okay, I'll just, drive down because it's only 3 hours away from Kentucky. And so I did that, I think, a week before winter break. So we went down to their meetings. It's kind of like a longer story, but I will link down below the full story of like how I got my job and how it came to be and everything like that. But long story short is I met my now boss at the winter meetings, and we talked for like an hour, and he basically was like, if you want to move to New York City once you graduate, job's yours. And I was like, awesome, yeah, definitely. And I was like, inside, nope. We let it simmer for a bit, and a couple weeks went by, and my friends were like, you have to take this job. It's like the best job. You have a job right out of college. We're moving to the city. It'll be great. All this stuff. It's good to work for the league, blah, blah, blah. And so like the more I started thinking about it, the more it kind of like settled in. Like, oh, it'd be really fun to live in the city, be very young. It would make for like a fun time for the blog and just like a new experience. And I like to travel, so I was like, why not? So I emailed my boss and I was like, you know what, like I'll take it. I'm in, kind of thing. And so he's like, okay, great, you start June 3rd, and I graduated May 6th. I was like, okay, let's get moving. So my mom and I flew out. We found a broker and we listed a couple apartments. It took us 2 days to find this apartment, and this was the last place we looked, obviously, because once you find somewhere you love, it's the last place. I actually applied for an apartment 1 block down on the same street, and then we saw this one. He's like, oh, I just want to show you one more. This just popped up. Brand new building. You'd be the first person in there. It's not finished yet, but it'll be finished by the time you get here. And we came in. I looked at my apartment. I was like, yeah, I love this. And we go to the roof, and I was like, yeah, I love this place. And so that got me really excited. We applied. I got accepted, and we moved in June 1st. And I started work June 3rd. My first year in the city was kind of a blur. It went by so quickly. It was definitely a different experience than the life I'm living now, because when I first started, I was working anywhere from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. because we work on baseball schedule. And so a lot of times I was working 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. and it was kind of great because that's like the schedule I was on for college. Like, I mean, I was out until 2 a.m. I wasn't necessarily working, but like I like to sleep in during the day and just like hang out. And so the first year I was like working out during the day. I was laying on the rooftop. I was binging a lot of shows. I was like meeting up with friends. It was just a lot of fun, and my blog kind of, so I revamped my blog and kind of started to take off, so I was able to do a lot of events and meet a lot of different people, meet a lot of great friends in the city, all that stuff. And the first year was awesome, but it never really felt like I lived here. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a lot of ups and downs, and it kind of felt like I was on summer break until August rolled around and people were going back to school, and I was like, oh, like, I'm not going back to school. It was just so surreal, because you just think like, this is summer break, this is the first time in your entire life you don't go back to school, so it was just like, what's going on? And there were days where I was definitely like super homesick. I was like, why do I live here? What am I doing? New York will kind of like take you in, chew you up, and spit you back out, and they're like, have fun. And then every time it does, you're kind of like knocked on the ground, knocked off your feet, and just like the lowest of the lows. And then you're like, you know what, like, I am going to fight back, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you kind of rise back up. And that's kind of like how the first year was. So it was just a lot of ups and downs, and everything's so expensive, so you don't save any money. I'm really thankful for my parents who are able to like help me live in the city, and it was just a lot of highs and lows, a lot of shitty boys, some shitty friends, but also great boys and great friends and great memories, and I loved it. So I did that. My lease came around, and I re-signed for 2 more years to lock in the rate I was doing. And this time, in my transitioning into my second year, I was moved out of the role. I was originally in for MLB, and I got pushed in. I kind of created a second role for myself. So I was working normal hours. I had weekends free, which was nice. I met my boyfriend, and that was great. Ups and downs like any relationship. Same with the job, ups and downs with people at work, my boss, life, I don't know, it just gets in the way. And the blog started really kicking up and revamping, and that was a lot of fun. I started making solid friends inside and outside the city. I started traveling more, and it just started to feel like, yeah, like I could do this. And so now we're right now in my 3rd year, and my 3rd year is officially on June 1st. So this 3rd year has been really awesome for me. I think I've really started to get the hang of it. I really love the city in all of its glory and miserableness. I have officially become a New Yorker. It's a little weird for me to say. I'm happy in my friendships, my relationships, my family. I'm starting to save a lot. I am working 2 beautiful jobs that I love so much. And the weirdest part about it is like looking forward, like I want to be in the city. Like I don't have any plans on moving anytime soon. And it's just like really exciting to be here. If you had told me like 2 years ago, like, hey Krista, it's gonna be 2 years from now and you're gonna love the city, I'd be like, you're crazy. I'm gonna move out, I'm moving back to the south, I'm moving back to here, I'll move back to there, I'll move to the west coast, all this stuff. If you had told me that, I would have been like, absolutely not, no way. And I fought it as much as I could because I didn't want to be a city girl, but now I'm like totally obsessed with it. I love the city, especially days like today. It's so beautiful and so nice out. The weather is warm, the skies are blue, and everybody's just happy. Also, it's pretty nice because it's like Memorial Day weekend, so everybody's gone. It's really nice to be in such a happy place and to have that place be in New York, because this means that if I'm able to support myself and to work the jobs I work and to do the things I do and to save and to really live and take care of myself in the city, that means I can do it anywhere else. I will say that living in the city out of all the places I lived in is the hardest to do. Maybe it's because I'm more so on my own, but this place will really push you to the edge. Maybe like push you over the edge, but kind of like pull you back up just like a little inch at a time. So it's hard, but I'm so grateful for the experience, and I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. And I'm having, you know, the time of my life. I know I'm gonna look back on the years I'm in the city and think, you know, like that was the peak of, you know, me. This was when I became an adult and when I found myself and when I did this and did that. And it's like really cool to kind of take a step back and realize that you're in some of the best years of your life. I did this in college as well, and I thought, I mean, college was the pinnacle of everything and where I can, you know, compare my happiness to for the rest of my life. That was just, it was where I blossomed, it was where I lived and found myself and all that stuff. But like New York is just kind of like an extension of that, but now I'm on my own. So it's just with different people and different experiences, and I'm really grateful I live here. It's not for everybody, but I do think that everybody should try it at least once if they can, if they're able to. Take full advantage. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really, really grateful for you guys watching this or reading this on my blog. It means a lot to me because I wouldn't be able to live the life I live or be as happy with the life I live without having my blog and my readers and my followers to support me. I always want to give back to you guys because you guys have given back so much to me, whether you know it or not. So I just want to say thank you to that. Thank you to my parents for making all this possible and making me the woman that I am, and my sister as well. Just thank you to my entire family, because without your guys' support and love and encouragement and all that stuff, I would not be here today. Ding! Thank you to my friends who outside the city and inside the city have supported me tremendously. Being so happy and being where I am today is half part to you guys because you support me and you're there for me and you make me laugh, you make me cry. It's just every emotion that's great that I learned from things, even like the bad friends I'm no longer friends with. Thank you to you guys too, because it's like without us breaking up or without our friendship falling apart, I would never be able to grow into the person I am today and be just like so over the top happy with my life, and to look back and be like, these are the best years of my life, and it's just so exciting. I also want to say thank you to my boyfriend, who is the best boyfriend a girl could ask for. He's always so supportive. He makes me laugh. We're so goofy together. He lets me be myself. He supports me in everything I do. He always is there for me. He never complains. He does my dishes. He's so nice. And he loves my cat just as much as he loves me. All in all, happy 3-year anniversary to me. And to finish it all off, for you guys who are still around, I have some really exciting news for you guys, but I'm not going to share it until I hit 6,000 subscribers. I'm gonna post a private video to only my subscribers to see whenever I hit that number. What hints can I give without giving it away? It will involve a lot of cardboard. Yeah, I think that's fair. So, if you want to know what the big surprise is, go subscribe to my channel. I'm so excited to tell you. I'm gonna film that video right now.